Hello, Mavericks. It's Sabrina, and today we are going to work on our deep stretching. Stretching is so good for the body. It's important to listen to your body, listen to your limitations, but also to push your range of motion. So, of course, I want you to challenge yourself, but be sure not to hurt yourself. And with that, we'll get started. We're just going to warm up, a little side to side, so that we're warming up and stretching warm muscles. Good. Now, especially in the hips, if you have a desk job, you might hear a little bit of snap, crackle, pop. As long as it's not painful, it's okay. And if it is painful, just reduce your range of motion until you feel your body loosen up and you can do more. Good. From here, we'll soften the knees and we'll turn that into a circle in the hips. Good. And other direction. Belly button in the whole time. You're supporting your spine. You're holding your core. It's great for balance too. Good. And from here, we'll just practice stepping back just to stretch the front of the hips here. So again, if you have a desk job, if you spend a lot of time sitting, or you're just not extremely active, this is a really good stretch to do. Good. Keep your chest up, keep your belly button tight, and breathe. Good. And bringing it back to the center, we'll link the fingers together and we'll raise the arms above head and bring it back down with control. So try not to fling it. Really make sure that you're concentrating and moving the arms up as high as you can and back down. I'm going to show this from the side. No arching in the back. So we're not doing this. We're keeping the spine in alignment, belly button is pulled in, and allowing the shoulders and the shoulder blades to get the movement. Again, this is still warming up, so we have nice warm muscles to stretch. Good. And we'll roll the shoulders back. Good. A little weight shifting, rotating the torso. And back to the elbows. Good. And back to the extended arms. Good. And you see, as my arms get longer, I allow the torso rotation to become a little more as well. Now, if you have back problems, again, hold your belly button in and you can reduce the range of motion. Listen to your body before you listen to me, okay? Listen to your body. If your body is saying this hurts, then reduce the range of motion. Start with a comfortable range and expand out and bring it into the center. Now that we're warmed up, let's go into our first stretch. Let's stretch the hamstrings. So, belly button is tight, hips go back, leg goes in front. Good. And if you need to rest, you're going to rest on your bent leg, not on your straight leg. You don't want to put that pressure on your knee. Good. Heels down, toes up, and hips pulling backwards. And breathe. Good. And switch sides. Again, I'm resting on the bent leg, chest is up, belly button is in. Really pulling the hips back. Good. And from here, we're going to stretch the inner thigh. So take a nice wide stance. The hips go to the side and back. Good. Again, resting on the bent leg, stretching the muscles through the inside of the thigh. Chest is up, hips are back, and breathe. Good. If your legs get tired, if you're feeling a bit shaky, it's okay to switch sides. Okay? And just do this stretch more frequently. That's all right. And it's also not unusual to find that one side is tighter than the other. So don't be alarmed if that happens, but take note of it. Maybe that side needs a little extra time to stretch. Maybe it needs to be stretched more often. Good. We're going to bring it back. And from here, we're going to open up the chest. So we bring the fingers together. Okay, palms up. You're going to pull down and back. Okay, so I'm pulling down to pull my shoulders down and back, stretching the front of the shoulders and stretching the middle of the chest. Good. Pull your belly button in because we don't want to arch the back. Okay, we just want to pull those shoulders away. So try and keep your spine as neutral as possible. Good. And release. And now we're going to stretch between the shoulder blades. So linking the hands, fingers pressed out. Okay? And you're going to pull the belly button in, roll over the top just a little bit to pull the shoulder blades away. You can drop your head if that's more comfortable, but don't bring your chin all the way to your chest, otherwise you won't be able to breathe. Good. Pushing out towards the wall in front of you, really extending the arms. The more you reach for that wall in front of you, the more of a stretch you're going to get between the shoulder blades. Good. And bring that in, shake it out. Good. Now go ahead and grab your yoga mat, roll it out on the floor. We're going to take this stretch down to the floor. From here, we're going to start with what's called a frog stretch to open up the hips. So that means that you'll start in a hands and knees position. You'll bring one hip out as far as you can, the other knee out as far as you can, the other knee out as far as you can, and you're going to pull back with your hips. Now, I find it most comfortable to be on my forearms here. Some people aren't as flexible and need to be on their straight arms, and that's okay. Wherever you can go, start there, relax into it, and then stretch a little bit more. Especially for women, it is not unusual for this area to be tight. So if it takes a moment for your body to relax into it, that's okay. Give your body the time it needs. And if it doesn't happen all today, that's okay as well. Good. From our frog stretch, we're going to come back into the hands and knees position. Okay, I want you to put one leg out in front, align the knee with the hip, okay? Take a large step so that you have room to push forward, open up the hip, okay? Again, those hip flexors that get tight when we're sitting, potentially at a desk job or on the couch, as it might be, but that's okay. We're going to stretch it out today. And switching sides. And if you find that you get cramping in your foot, it's okay to tuck the toe under, as long as you're still getting a good stretch in the front of the hip. Remember to keep your chest up. Remember to breathe, hold your belly button in so you're not arching your back. And if this is hard on your knees and you need to fold up a towel or fold up your yoga mat to give yourself a little more padding, that's okay too. Good. From here, we'll pull back and go right back into that hamstring stretch. Now that we're closer to the ground, you're going to feel it a little differently, feeling it right under the buttock fold. Okay? If you can get your hands down to the ground, that's going to be best to give yourself a nice stable support while you stretch. Try to make nose to knee your goal. I'm not super flexible, but you might be, and that's okay. You can go for it. Good, and coming up, switching sides. Okay, so the heel is down, the toe is up, the hips are pulling back, and that nice stretch. Again, use your hands for support if you can. And again, if you're not able to stretch down this far, that's when yoga blocks will become handy, because you can decide what level of support you need, by flipping the yoga block, so you can use those for support if you're not able to come down this far. Good. From here, back into hands and knees position. And we're going to use this opportunity to stretch the shoulders. So I want you to pull back into child's pose. Okay, take one arm, put it through the hole between your body and the floor. Palm is up. Good. And the more you come down, again, the more you're going to feel a stretch in the rear of your shoulder. So the back of your shoulder is going to get a nice stretch. Palm is up. Pushing the arm into the ground as you pull back into child's pose. And coming up slowly, switching sides. So the hand goes between the body and the floor, palm is up. And a nice stretch in the shoulder. Try to keep your chest parallel to the floor. Try not to twist so that you're really getting the most bang for your buck out of this stretch. Keep the arm as straight as possible. So when you come up from stretching your shoulders, feel free to roll the shoulders back. Good. Elbows back. We're just doing it together this time. Keep everything loose. Good. And push forward with the arms and wide. Good. Bring that back in. Pushing forward with the arms and wide, like you're clearing out space. One more time, pushing forward with the arms and wide. Good. Hold that long stretch, stretching from wall to wall, and relax. Stretching is a wonderful way to reset your body, to work out the kinks, just to give yourself a little headroom, release some endorphins, okay? And make you stronger and more flexible during the day. You take care, and thank you for spending this time with yourself. Bye.